They have a 3-man stack around the back coming forward, and this sentry turret is useless because dapr's already out of the table.
Yeah, they are able to cross into the site here with that toxic screen and with the boombot clearing out the top side of the site. ShahZaM already catching the flank here.
Wow.
Another finishes that one off as well. Remember, he had a hot match against OR Esports last week despite the L, and he is off to a flying start here on the pistol. Is he just going to go all the way for the ace?
I mean...
Oh, nope. He says, nah, won't be having that, but still a big victory for G2.
Oh, nice flash play, getting Thief forward. Sim also a part of it, and oh boy, most Moguls are doing exactly what OR Esports were doing to G2. Take away this space early, force G2 to kind of play from a pocket. And as the Trailblazer pushes out, dapr taps away, still collects a kill. That still leaves time for something to happen. The problem is, you gotta do a lot more than that if you want to collect this spike.
Yeah, that is the big problem, isn't it? Gonna have to be a poison orb spent just to get the spike back, which is not really what you're looking for. Turret is still active watching the flank, so that's kind of one thing going for G2, I guess. But they're still in a 2 versus 4 at the end of the day. They're gonna have to spend a lot of time clearing their way back forward onto the front side of the C mountain. Nebula blocking their way into sight. This is gonna be a tough one.
I agree.
The
space is given, and the trap has been set. Thief star placement late. Quick rotation on the back off this flank. brawk killing time. Flash out. Does not actually catch the top of wippie. Leaves dapr a chance to take this now to a 2v3. Pretty cleanly, mind you, as well. Alarm bot down. Nanostorm also in play, and wippie gets a shot on the Thief. So now all of a sudden the back of the site is open, but the flank comes through just the nick of time before the spike could go down. Seekers have been denied. Knives now out with the resets good. Sim in the corner, no. Penny gets the trade. Back and forth we go. The Nanostorm maybe turning the tides. dapr try to stay alive and kill off enough clock, which he very well may have done. Yeah, he sure has. At least that's the intention, and yeah, sure, no worries. Still half a second away. That's one heck of a way to get on the board for your third if you're G2.
Moist Moguls are in the best position they could be to help defend it.
Oh, nice shots from flyuh. Gets us to a 5v4. More contestants nearby. dapr just gives him the chance, and then, whoa, not a free kill into Penny.
Close.
Oxy with the trade. Caught with the nade out, though. Proto stepping forward, and Moist Moguls have shut this play down completely. Yeah, because you're not going to count on Sim missing opportunities like that very often. Seekers out. Blast packing forward. G2 will get on towards site and actually catch Proto, who was affected by the Seekers. flyuh response, decent trade. wippie also down at low HP. The drop play coming out as Moist Moguls look to get their defense in place quickly to try to challenge, but G2, yeah, good utility kind of traps them back here. Not a ton of damage ticked or tallied, but it does allow G2 to back up into safer confines. And how about it? Penny kind of holding close. We'll get him in a position to likely just bunker up on top of the site, but as Moist Moguls start to make their steps in, it actually forces G2 to come back over towards the spike a touch. Thief sidesteps the pre-fire, has an idea on the last player, but in the cross, can't quite get the shot to land. 9 bullets remaining. Opportunity to come out. Now we're bound to classics on both sides, and Thief wins the right-click battle, and this time, ooh, maybe not enough time for the defuse. It's going to be real tight, but no, just gets it with half a second remaining with the eBay clutch coming through. And now Thief moves forward. They don't expect it. The trigger discipline is out. Sim is still finding kills. Secondary flash in. Thief makes his presence known by tallying what could be a round-winning kill. The rest of the offense for G2 focused on A. Proto's already here to keep them honest, although the cross comes out for G2, and now they're kind of behind the defensive spawn.
Indeed they are, but the rotation from Sim with the operator will be here to stop this from getting any further, or will it? dapr hits a huge headshot and grabs the lockdown. This is going to force the defense to either push or fall back into A main, but actually that's what the spike carrier is, so this could be an actual problem. They're actually funneling the defense towards the spike carrier.
Oh man, not good news. brawk's 1v1 on the back.
But Thief, oh, he's doing it again.
Brother.
He's getting inside the corner. aproto gonna try to play the bait and switch here from the corner by jiggling around. Will they spend the utility required to push Thief off the position? They've spotted one. They still
man. Dude, the bait and switch is just so perfect. As soon as Thief's contact comes out, Proto shells. It's just,
oh my.
Wow. The retake from the front is on the way. Snakebite blocks off one entryway. Guns turn to the opposite. And Proto just lurks to a perfect set of timing. now time becoming an issue, but dapr right click lands very cleanly. Cove is down. This is a problem, but OXY gets pulled off of it. Kills on the response start to come through. dapr holding strongly as he gets 4 eliminations. Thief the last one to tally, but Thief stays alive, tries to force them off for the defuse, but ultimately help will be there as OXY hops off, secures the kill, and gets G2 the pistol.
Looking like C is going to be the intended target. Counter utility, though, is coming out at just the right time, but Sim able to get over the top of it.
That's key. It's not just over the top, it's also a bit through. The Nebula coverage is great for Moguls to walk in. So what can G2 do to respond to this? Apparently just spam through those Nebulas. Okay, that's apparently all you need.
The timing was off on that. I think they meant for him to peek with the flash, and he peeked before the flash. He gets rinsed.
30 seconds left.
Wow. Huge.
Just a slight mistiming, man.
Yep. But a huge start here for G2.
And he's trying to slow them down with the cascade here, but he's just going to be a dash push out from Sim. He's going to get the trade as well to control the site. Spike needs to be recollected. However, this is giving time for G2 to get into the positions. Trailblazer gets locked down, but Thief catches a huge frag.
1-for-1 is not terrible, though, from Penny's perspective. Lockdown out for dapr as he secured elimination, turning this to a 3v2. Oh, and ShahZaM catches Thief peeking into the middle of it. So now G2 can actually push really far forward here with this lockdown in place. Moguls have both backed off in towards door. ShahZaM watching. There's the peek, and they both come through the doorway at the exact same time. ShahZaM turns the tides, and G2's going to get the 9 as the Seekers come out for ShahZaM. Sim still looking for a chance to dive on 4, but I think one of those Seekers actually did land. Yeah, sure did. Sim's held off for a while, reckoning in as the defense really feels the pressure coming forward. Sim on just 2 HP, continues to dance with the devil, and G2 will use that as a chance to isolate and take it to a 4v2. Make it a 4v1. No spike in hand for Thief, caught in a corner, and G2 continue this very defensive-sided map for both teams. Offensive Cosmic Divide to follow behind the lockdown, but wippie's still challenging. He's in a good spot to contest this back rampway. He does confirm the trade.
30 seconds left.
Sim turns the tides with another pick onto ShahZaM, but the spike can't quite get down now. You've got the showstopper out, and OXY has immediately gotten G2 back onto site. What a quick little contest that is as G2 gets to 11.
They're looking to play retake, and they have made advantage to do it.
Planted.
dapr, though, what is he going to expect that flyuh right here? There's the flash, the run through, but all G2 is waiting.
Found one.
The team shots take down to the Mogul post plant defenders. brawk last one left. Can only get 1. Oh my goodness. Lockdown for the defense in play. This could be it. Moguls all leave the same way. No one headed back over towards A. Kova's out. Oh, great nanostorm zone. Denies at least the early play. The pre-fire, the spam coming out for G2. Does at least take an elimination, but do they need to move further past this is the question. Nate is out for OXY. He knows there's going to be some sort of a follow-up challenge eventually. Gravity well gets pulled. A lot of the post-plant utility now already spent. Can anyone hop on, though, if you're G2? ShahZaM clears the way. Oh, my goodness. He is a steamroller with wippie. The kills are out. Penny is already on for the hold. And G2 come out, improve upon a Lotus that looked like they had never seen the map last week with some flawless defense, and they steal Moguls' map pick away. OXY and the rest of the gang just burst through mid doors, and they're already over towards B for potential first blood. Shock guard's out. Nice play from Aproto to step in. At least takes 1 with him, and brawk will be left backside archway to kind of finesse his life for a little while longer, which is not very long.
Mid rotations was attempted to be cut off there, but actually Thief gets the frag on the ShahZaM, and so this is a 3-on-3 situation. And look at the health pool here. dapr and wippie are very low on HP. It's really up to Penny to be kind of the bulk of the force to hold this retake off.
Has 1 fragment left. There it is. Does take Sim off of the initial threat through the back sidewalk. Gravity well will cause a bit of a problem. Sim for the first. Cloud bursts his way a little bit further forward. flyuh. Last one standing to also tagged up for his last battle. Spike is not planted here. And as Penny tries to go for the check, flyuh steps out, gets the kill, and as it got to halfway, the defuse will be finished. Moguls take the pistol with a solid retake. Flashes out. This should lead to a peek, but how about it? dapr, no way, dude, are you kidding? Oh.
Dude, he should have been a dead man.
Yeah.
He was walking into a high-low stack into market, dodges a flash, gets around the corner, and then gets two sheriff. That is bonkers, bro. That just doesn't even compute in my head.
Look how far forward this offensive killjoy utility is as well. Nano Swarm will hold Moist Moguls in towards this back choke point. Now down the stairs they come. Kills, not there. Not there at all. Unbelievable. And there's the snake bite afterwards. flyuh still has an angle to stop the rest of the offense from getting in, and Sim just gets a one-tap dash away. Oh my. And G2's initial attempts to getting into B are completely put to rest, and now we have a 5v3 for Moist Moguls.
I'm not sure it was smart for Sim to commit to that after they got shut down by so much counter utility. He was just separated from the rest of his team and forcing that to make an individual play. It just doesn't happen. Sim shuts it down. Really good work here from Moist Moguls. dapr gets one frag back to try to open up the A site for a plant, which he may in fact get, as Penny will put it down, but trying to defend in a 2-on-4 is going to be tough.
Yeah, Penny's going to have to do something crazy, and then dapr will have to just try to play the clock, most likely. First contact out, just a little too high in the free aim. Flash also connects. Penny, no chance to fight back. flyuh will take both, and we'll get to an early 2-2 tie, as the Null Command will start to get them over towards A.
Yeah, they're looking at it. Go ahead and just try to split this A side. Aproto and company, though, are still here standing. They're throwing some good counter utility, try to slow this attack down, but G2 and company will force their way through.
Whoa.
Catching the first frag. ShahZaM with the response, though, at the Odin.
Sprays down for the double. flyuh up top cannot get back to safety. The spike gets blighted. G2 with the numbers, 4v2. brawk gets to work with the counter spam. ShahZaM wet noodles over a shock dart trying to land it, but it's still the pre-fire for ShahZaM that is deadly. But maybe not deadly enough. Sim for the 2. Over the top, gets on top of the spike site, and how about the knives out? wippie, last one left. Tons of time here still for Moist Moguls to get something done. Knives not connecting until the very last one. Hits the head of wippie, and Moist Moguls retake with authority. I'll drone out. Fragment locks the front door. And G2 will be denied initial entry. dapr drops, so will OXY. It's all from flyuh sitting over towards the tree door. Will not get the 4th elimination, but damage has been dealt. It's going to be a 1v4 situation, and ShahZaM's not out of the play yet. He's still pretty darn healthy. Reveal also came through in the left corner. Just comes down to where is aproto in this play. He is stacked. That's where he's at, and that will be enough for Moist Moguls to secure the round and go up 4-2.
We are going to see them working towards tree. brawk gets flashed. We got Thief with the gravity well, able to find OXY, who got hit by water shooter earlier in the round, and now Sim set up, and this is not looking good.
No, it is not. Reveal onto dapr pretty much means that he's cooked. So wippie and ShahZaM last 2. And the only location that was outside of a flank threat from front side of A. But, man, breaking through this feels like an impossibility. Now, that said, if they could get the first, that would be maybe an opportunity, but no. And G2 are going to kind of go double-toed here. 3 in the front side, bunkering on site. The other 2 playing deep as the attacking lockdown is spent maybe a touch early.
I mean, they are feeling a lot of pressure on the side, so I can't blame them for doing it now, but, I mean, they just have no health. Now the spam comes through, Sim hits the op shot, Sim hits another, because why not? And this looks like it's all she wrote.
Sure does. Penny, though, gets a double. If he finds flyuh, maybe more of a chance, but ShahZaM's now by himself. Defensive lockdown will be, or pardon me, the defensive cosmic divide will come through. The shock darts are well placed, but Frodo's fine to hold it, and that will be enough.
Blocking sight.
See if wippie and company can hold things off here at the back of the site. Entry goes the way of flyuh, though, and now dapr's in a lot of trouble getting swarmed from multiple angles, and he is not able to find anything. Sim gets the entry there. Spike will go down, and Moist picking up where they left off.
Yep. Wow, what a map this has been for Moist Moguls. Flashes out, Penny's getting ramped down.
1 enemy remaining.
That will be 10. Wow, flawless pistol for Moist Moguls. That's not good news for G2. But G2 will be on 4 sheriffs in a frenzy against 3 rifles, 2 ghosts for Moist Moguls. That's the flawless first pistol. Sim's going to walk into a free A site, but ShahZaM does take care of Thief over at B main, so numbers are decent. There is a rifle down over there, so maybe a chance to collect it. If Proto gets isolated, that could lead to numbers. Pistol shot's not going to land. dapr also watching for brawk backing out of sight, and G2 could be good for another one of these. flyuh does turn away wippie, but it's still a 4v2 situation. A lot of members nearby for G2 to get this retake going, and they can do it very heavy-handedly. Wall will break. flyuh on one side, flash out, well timed, allows Sim a chance. But now as Sim is the last one left remaining, he would need to put together some impeccable shots and will only get 2.
ShahZaM gets prepared though for the sidewalk push, gets inside the corner here. Quickly traded though by aproto, and Sim finds dapr. Now things get scary. It's going to be a 3-on-3 scenario. Weapons are starting to get collected. Spike starting to make its way into the site to plant. And Sim up close on the back cross, catches the timing. Penny able to at least trade and keep it back to even.
brawk low. Oh, but the shots are so good with the airy spam.
One suppressed.
wippie may have to save the day here. brawk aproto still very deadly. Paranoia comes out. brawk still waiting for a chance. Here's the footsteps nearby, doesn't take any shots, still continues to press from B main. And oh my goodness, the sheriff shots on both sides are freaking-leavable. Are you kidding me? dapr though, flash, oh gosh. Null command comes out, Hunter's Fury is largely dodged. flyuh is even getting headshots through the nebula, and we all start looking up to the decider map and say, all right, Haven it is then, huh?
Good night, sweet prince.
Unreal.
What can you say? Moist Moguls just... And just think they could have 2-0'd. Considering how good their defensive half was in the first half of the previous map. I mean, it was there.
Attackers win.
But G2 fight back, steal that one. But now on their home turf, Moist come out on top. And they do so in dominant fashion. Well, there's a pretty big defense set up here.
Yeah, I'll say. Aldrone does catch Sim, who is still revealed here. Paranoia comes out, but oh, Sim and brawk still come away the favorable trades. Aftershocks really kind of locks into play, but ShahZaM delayed hit through a long. Does tally the kill needed. We go to a 3v3. A couple of ghosts will be exchanged. And that will lead to Penny getting the plant off with a chance. For actually, Moist Moguls, they want to go quickly. Paranoia comes through. They're going to regain site control. It's the majority of it. Forcing wippie to not have to respond with a classic on the corner. flyuh thief all good, and the fault line on top of that also connects for an easy kill onto ShahZaM, as Moist Moguls will secure the easy retake. And offensively, G2 look to go back onto their aggressive ways, try to get into A lobby. It's actually Sim who was looking for an aggro peek in through mid garage doors. That will be enough for first blood, and the op will fall. +1 to follow. Oxy threads the needle onto aproto.
Only 1 HP left remaining, so flyuh will span the door and eventually find him out, but still man advantage here for G2. dapr keeping the pressure over towards garage. They have some long A presence with wippie. Spike is not committed, and they still have a lot of time left on the clock with this man advantage to work with, and Thief has also been chipped away at a pretty good bit. There's 61 HP. So a lot of things are leaning in G2's favor. But Moist have made the right rotation.
Yes,
flyuh and brawk are on the correct site. They might even have a bit of a way to set up a crossfire on this long push. And so there still is some chance for them. But that fault line and paranoia, that changes things.
Yeah, but flyuh has been unaffected by it, so he's still holding the cross, but unfortunately cannot tally in the first kill. Defensive paranoia comes in the mix. That's enough for some isolation to start to occur. Hold on a second. It's just down to wippie all of a sudden. It's a 1v1 with brawk. Reveal is in off the recon bolt. Shots also connect down to 9 HP, and brawk will finish at getting 3 in the round. Oh, but they still commit. Desperate knives through smoke. Not going to land. Key resources off. Oxy's just left with a pistol. Not bad though. G2 behind this are following up. Shrouded stab just to stay away from the Hunter's Fury, which still wippie gets taken down by. And the Rolling Thunder was also spent there by G2, interestingly enough. Still 3v3, but flyuh still in a solid position. He's earned himself a Rolling Thunder. That will hit both players up, and that's enough for Moist Moguls to, I'd say, way too easily work their way back into sight. Oxy, stinger in hand, working with wippie, who's got a Spectre behind him. Focus for the spike, also coming over to this direction at C. Oxy dashes in. Oh, and the paranoia does land. Keeps Proto a little bit out of the play. After shock out. Thief can't get away from it. flyuh steps into the smoke, trying to surprise more of G2 members, but once more, G2 on the light buy, finding a lot of value here. brawk tried for something timing-wise, but gets punished, and Sim will just hang out with the operator for the rest of this round, most likely, unless he can maybe find a pick, but he's actually going to step into this a little bit. And why not? Hits the shot. Now the knives are earned. Can go high. Oh my goodness. Sim for the 1v3. Cloudburst on one side. Gets a read on the penny and the right click. Oh! Good fault line play.
Maybe
once more. Proto tried to take court on it. Fault line actually nearly pushed them into flyuh's direction, but ShahZaM gets first blood. And with that, G2 look to continue to press on to C.
Yeah, they are looking to follow up on that big time. Aproto watching the angle here from the corner. Thief in the other side. But both caught by OXY. Huge entries.
brawk? Nope. They may be a timing here, but not going to happen. And I don't think Sim's going to go for this one without Bladestorm being ready. This time enabled by the fault line. Aftershock behind it. wippie. What? Commits to getting out with the from the shadows, and G2 turned the fight to a 3v3. Looked like Moguls are about to win the round in the first 15 seconds, but they still need to collect the spike. Thief has pushed through into a lobby. 1v1 with dapr. Man, he's had a handful of those. He just has not tallied on. That one in particular doesn't hit a shot, but Thief goes back right into the waiting arms of wippie. The spike will be collected 2v2.
What a weird start to a round. Just so much craziness happening. ShahZaM and wippie, though, are very low on HP, and brawk and flyuh are in the right place. But as time passes and noise continues to be called, Moist may eventually have to start thinking that perhaps G2 have left. But I think in their mind, their best bet is just to stick together and play retake if they have to.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's why they're kind of, you know, playing similar positions here. They're not getting too far from each other. brawk just hiding in the corner. He's going to hear this utility that'll allow flyuh to come back over. He has fault line and flashes available. brawk has plenty of utility available as well.
Oh, and low health pools right here. Rolling Thunder out. Oh, it actually boops him almost into the shock dart completely. Reveals also in the mix as brawk starts to make his step forward. ShahZaM will drop. wippie now playing at range. Cannot get the gunfight win versus brawk.
Take flight.
There's the late owl drone. 40 seconds remaining in the round. Lockdown's also out. And oh boy. The thing about this is G2 are not just trapped here deep. They may not know how many members, and they surely do not know how many members are back here.
30 seconds left.
It's a big difference though. Kills come out. ShahZaM saves the round. Are you kidding? 3 kills for ShahZaM plus the initial entry that happened over towards A turns this into a 1v5. Oh no. No. The spike gets planted. Be tagged, but oh, I was gonna say, still in the corner. This paranoia could hit a ton for Moguls because he's shut down. Now it's gonna be into OXY. Avoids the owl drone. At what point do you try to recommit into this? And that may be enough right there. Rolling Thunder allows a free kill on to flyuh. A lot of defensive retake utility off the table. dapr holding down the trigger for a double. Thief, aproto, last 2 left. Around the back. Okay, hold on. 2v4 to a 2v2 very quickly, but you have to stick for this defuse. Fault line goes out. Thief able to get it to halfway. He's going to hold, and aproto is going to save his life and allow the defuse to come out. G2 are all coming around the flank, and Moguls are trying to get their post plant back that direction. They are going to find contact here at garage. Penny for the opener. Thief on the backside of the door. Paranoia can still be spent. Oh, but a big couple of kills from aproto to keep C long. Control of Moguls. Penny, the last one left, can't get into garage. Pistol win for Moguls. Moguls are once again going to try to threaten B early. Alarm bot on the corner. But you do have Penny, who's actually playing inside sight this time.
Yep. Fault line does a great job stunning them and slow them down, but they're not dissuaded. They're looking to still take it anyway. Penny's still in the correct position, but brawk picks it up. And that is a huge frag from brawk. It allows them to secure this spike plant, and they're going to have man advantage on the post plant as brawk somehow escapes with 18 HP. He has both his shock darts still.
No idea how Penny gets found out there. Just unreal free fire coming out. Now Sim off the cross corner. Goodness, double for him. ShahZaM, Wippie, last two left. Wippie's gonna give it a toggle.
One enemy
There's
remaining.
the check. There's the kills. Boys Moguls clean in 2 straight B attacks. Now up to double digits, 10-5 up. Sim knives, dapr in the back. Penny, no fly zone. And then also a little bit of help for dapr in the backside. Boys Moguls, though, not done here. As the shock dart does tally a kill into dapr. Thief wandering into C. And no one has an opportunity to deny this spike for rotating.
Yep, it is going to make its way onto site. It will get planted. Back Halls is still smoked here. So it's going to be, ShahZaM having to pull out the Hunter's Fury. It kind of gets baited out really early, though. There's still a lot of time left on the clock right now. And while just get the one tag onto Thief, that's about it. And now we're on equal footing man count-wise.
Sure are. Shock dart doesn't quite land. G2 trying to get into sight. 33 seconds on the clock. Aproto is still on this little flank. Hunter's Fury comes out offensively this time.
One enemy
And it does connect. Hold on a second. This is still doable for the 2v1 situation. Spike is down. 22 seconds on the clock. And Wippie is going to bait the sound cue for the Shrouded Step. It gets brawk off from the initial plant. Alarm bot denied.
Spike planted.
Spike goes down. 1v2. Both players relatively stacked, playing just around the dirt cover. Wippie on the opposite side of the spike itself. Gets the first almost a chance for the transfer, but timing is perfect, and brawk will get 3. So what can Sim get from the front? How does G2 want to retake? Sim avoids the fault line. Flashes, paranoids coming through. Rolling Thunders dueling on both sides. Still no full entry yet for G2. They start to make their play. Oxy only getting 1 with the judge. ShahZaM up top, the other 2 below ground. Kills going back and forth, but numbers still standing with the side of Boys Moguls. Last chance saloon for G2, but no. 13-5 the count, and G2, the runner-up from the mid-season face-off, are going to be 0-2 in their group, and Moist Moguls will jump to the top of the leaderboard, being 2-0, only dropping a single map along the way in the first 2 weeks.